for the big 3-0 party for Brian. Doing all the, getting everything ready. And more to come. Alright, now we're sitting down. Everybody's here except...
That's not the most reliable.
He'll be here soon. Yeah, you want to say happy birthday?
What are we going to be when we grow up? Happy birthday! We should do a sequel to what are we going to be when we grow up?
Hot flashes. Did you catch that? Sure did.
No, it didn't even start recording.
I find it hard to grasp the fact that Peggy and I have a son that's 30 years old.
We're too young.
Yeah, obviously we got married when we were 14. I remember when the kids were much younger and when I would come home from work and Danny and Brian would yell that Daddy's home, and they'd rush to the door and greet me, and then they would both sit on my feet and I'd have to walk into the kitchen to say hello to Peggy. Of course, these days I'm sure Brian could carry me into the kitchen. That's for sure. Brian has always had a strong will, not in the way that some people have. Instead of confronting opposition head on head with brute force, Brian would finesse it. He would always yes us to death and then go about and do what he originally planned to do anyway. We used to have what I thought was a creative type of punishment, especially for Brian when he was elementary school and middle school. It was called geometric punishment. If he didn't do his homework, or if he didn't hand it in, which was more than wrong, he would be grounded in his room for 1 day for the first infraction, 2 days for the second, 4 days for the third, and for the nth infraction, he would be grounded 2 to the nth.
My record was 64.
Well, when we got to 2 to the 8th power, which is 64, we realized that it didn't work. Brian always did things his way. Brian has many talents and attributes that I respect. I won't mention that he could read and talk backwards. Everybody here know that?
It's on my resume.
Yeah, he can. It's pretty impressive.
What?
Say that sentence backwards.
Which sentence?
He can talk backwards.
Talk about that. Draw hat backwards, flat,
One attribute that I've always admired in Brian is his sense of right and wrong. Even at his bar mitzvah, he insisted that any games that the DJ organized were fair, that he didn't want to win, he would fix the game.
That was my bat mitzvah.
That was Brian. That wasn't you. You wanted to win.
Fine, okay.
Now that you're 30, Brian, instead of you asking me for help with your math homework, I'm emailing you for help with my computer programming homework. Your mother and I are very proud of you, the man you've become. We both value your opinions and insights and admire the person you are. We love you very much.
Thank you. Take down these spots.
Steady hand. Yes, I have a very steady hand.
Speech. Speech.
Quick pull.
I 4-year age difference between you and me, I managed to pick it out to all my friends for free. You must have left some impression on them. Now they're all getting married. You're such a gem. And even though you're older, it doesn't matter. I've been taller than you my whole life, and will be in the latter. In all seriousness, though, you're still a great guy. I do love you. My cousin, that's no lie. Happy 30th birthday. I hope it's great. I'm happy to be there to celebrate.
Sounds so reversed. But I just wanted to... Everybody knows that my brother and I are very much alike. Growing up, they all thought we were twins, and we loved it. We would sit there, and our mom would put us in these two-headed monster costumes for Halloween, and we just got along so well, always. We would always fight to see who could sit next to each other in the back seat. Yeah. But in all seriousness, my brother's probably the smartest person that I know. We were on vacation and they had this trivia contest once, and you had to run up to the stage, and whenever anybody ran up to the stage, you had to sit in the chair and say they answered in a trivia contest, and Brian won every single time, except for the fact that every other person who was competing was 10. And it was probably about 2 years ago.
About 5 years ago, thank you.
But he won. But in all fairness, I love my brother. He's probably the smartest person that I've ever met in my entire life. And whenever I have a question about anything, I go to Dad first, but if Dad can't answer it, I go to Brian. I love you.
It's dedicated to Brian, and I'll try to get through it without crying. To celebrate your 30th birthday, trying to embarrass you in every way. When you were just a tiny tot, I gazed upon you with love a lot. I wanted a babe just like you. Instead, I got my precious Matthew. It's been a pleasure watching you grow and marvel at your accomplishments, you know. But truth be told, when you check your sight, in no way are you even near my height. I have endured your sarcasms and non-stop teasing, but I know that you're just trying to be pleasing, using words we can't begin to comprehend, when all the while it's really just pretend. We know you're not an accomplished athlete, but enjoy going with Uncle Jay to watch the Jets party. And you're a whiz kid when it comes to the computer. We love the fact that now you're a New Jersey commuter. So before the tears begin to flow, I'll end this poem and off I'll go. With a final wish on your special day, much love and happiness on your 30th birthday. And no tears.